absence of sleep, like, like you end up basically then just operating on pure adrenaline, which
Right.
is like puts you in like flight or fight mode. Like you're then in your like in crisis response mode. You're just trying to make it through whatever you're doing, which takes all of the like spaciousness out of being able to like even just make regular decisions. The
Mhm.
same is true for like nourishment, right? So like rest is a part of nourishment, and so is feeding yourself. I mean, I am notoriously hangry. I am not a pleasant person to be around when I'm hungry. How often do I think to myself that I plan my days to avoid my kids getting to that state because they get there too, but I don't necessarily offer myself the same grace. And I will still always feed them first before I feed myself. Like, and so there is some of these things that would be interesting to untangle also around like rest. And then what does that do based on your gender identity or your perceived
Mhm.
social status? Do we feel like as women we have to work harder to earn the same merit and reward for our talent and our skill and be compensated for it? What happens to work? I mean, yes, a lot more households are becoming more balanced in sharing out those responsibilities, but there's still plenty of situations where there is just like this default that it is the woman's role to be attending to other aspects of work in the household, whether that is raising your children or doing homework with them or making sure that there are meals available for the family or that the laundry is done, that the house is clean. I mean, just I'm exhausted just saying all those things out loud. And so it's like, where in this is the time to rest? And for a while, I feel like as a single parent, like I was scheduling my life out. Like my calendar has all these pretty color coded things across it, including things for my kids, things for myself. What are the rest things I'm doing? What are the nourishing things I'm doing? But everything is segmented in order to try and squeeze it into a day. And so I've realized now that that's not living in flow. That's just like perfectly sectioning off my life to try and believe that I am checking all of the boxes, including the ones that help me feel fully nourished and taken care of. But that is also from a mentality of being productive, means you're successful. I am successful at having a nourished and balanced life
It's
if I
another to-do list.
all of
Yes.
these tasks and do these things at this time frame. I eat lunch here, I go to the gym here, I pick up my kids here, I do this here, I try to sleep by this time. I mean, how many alarms go off in my day to tell me to move from one thing to the next thing? Like it is like a perfectly programmed and orchestrated life. But at the end of the day, I can still feel tired, I can still feel depleted, I can still feel sad or mad, I can still feel lonely or unfulfilled. I mean, those things that come from this idea of truly being nourished, truly being taken care of, truly living life in flow, don't come from perfectly planning and scheduling your day. I know that now. And
Wouldn't
for
it
a
be
short
nice?
period of time, wouldn't it be nice, right? I could just automate it. We could create computer programs for that. But I fooled myself for a little while, and then it was like, actually, you can't deny the fact that like everything looks so good on paper. It's perfect. You could teach this to other people. So why doesn't it feel so good? And that gets back to like even this idea of like feeling rested, feeling safe, feeling nourished. Like to me, all these things are like they're interconnected concepts. Like rest doesn't exist on its own.